Are you hearing anything? I'm not.
I am.
Okay.
Right, there it is.
Hello, Mike.
Hello! Welcome to a wacky, weird episode. We're kind of doing this off pace. We normally do this on Wednesdays. However, we wanted to make sure that we could see. Is it Dalen? Dalen? Dalen?
Yeah, Dalen.
Dalen. We wanted to get Dalen in here. But there was a massive hurricane that just happened, and Dalen, you're kind of stuck in the middle of all that junk, right?
Yeah. We nipped Atlanta this weekend, so we got hit with a lot of rain, a lot of flooding going on.
Are you afraid of water?
Nah, man. I don't think I'm afraid of water. I'm pretty open to liquids.
Okay, that's good. We're liquid. We're I guess what liquid affirming here.
Got you.
Yes.
Got you.
Everybody loves the liquid. Okay, everyone. With that, MaryLynn, why don't you tell us a little bit about our guest?
Well, that's good. I'm trying to find it. So we actually just reached out to Dalen and had him come on the show. He is obviously with Ghost Brothers, so very excited. And I can just say I'm fangirling. So
Funny.
Nice. So, well then everybody, Ghost Brothers. We all know you're from Ghost Brothers. Incredible show. When did you first realize that ghosts might be a real thing?
I mean, everybody's had some sort of experience in their lifetime, whether it's happened to them directly or they heard a story from someone close to them. And for me, I was like 7. I went to visit my grandmother, and a friend of the family was dating a gentleman. Well, I'm not gonna call him a gentleman. She was dating a man, and they got into a domestic dispute, and he shot her and himself. She lived, he passed away. A very small town. So my grandmother went to go view the body, and she took me with her at 7. And I remember my grandmother's friend taking my hand and putting it on the chest of this man. That was my first time ever touching a dead body. 7. This guy killed himself in this attempted murder-suicide. And that night I was at my grandmother's house, and I woke up in the middle of the night, and I remember seeing what I thought was that man wearing the same clothes he had on in his casket, literally just standing there staring at me. And I always wondered, like, was that a dream or was that something that really, really happened? I mean, now as an adult, I know what attachments are, and I know how spirits can, thrive off of energy and just, it could have been anything.
Yeah, it really can be. I'm trying to think about, I don't think I've ever actually touched a dead body. I'm trying to, does like a dead rat count? Because I touched one of those today.
Yeah, that almost counts. That almost close enough. Close
But
enough.
Holly was dead. He was DED, certifiably crunchy dead.
Yeah.
That was a bummer.
So Mike is new to the paranormal world. He literally just started with me about almost a year ago now.
Okay. One more year, you'll be a pro.
Yeah, he's still learning.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy when you kind of go to some of these locations, and it's tough because there's like, you've been to some, like the Magnolia. I think your first episode, I think, is the is it called the Magnolia?
I'm not sure if that was our first episode, but yeah, the Magnolia. It might have been one of our. It's one of our.
One of them.
Yeah.
But some other people have been there, and that you'll notice a lot of people tend to have, some will be similar, but you have a lot of different experiences, right? So it makes you question, is it one of those things where how much of it are you manifesting? How much does your energy like help create more energy for the environment, right? Because maybe, who's to say you don't show up and it's like the ghosts are like, it's a Tuesday, I'm on my lunch break, dude. I got no time for you right now.
Yeah. And I tell people all the time, spirits were and are people too. You know what I mean? So you have a plantation when throughout the history of this plantation, it's been white oppression going on. And then now you have through current day, all the ghost hunters that are coming are white. And they're pushing this narrative that the slaves are haunting this place and da 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 da. I think it's just refreshing for them, people that look like them coming onto the plantation and being able to tell the story through their eyes. So representation matters. And I feel like even in the afterlife, yeah. So I think that's why we got different responses at that specific location, because we were able to tell the narrative through our ancestors and not through the narrative of the oppressors, as most ghost hunters do.
Yeah.
From a different perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think of myself as white and more pigmentally challenged.
Hey,
Yeah.
man, some people have that affliction.
It's true. It's true. You also, I read somewhere that you also do fashion design. Is that true?
Yeah, my partner Jawan and I, who's on the show, we've been having a suit company. We do tailored men's suits for TV and film productions, weddings, and personal clientele for about 15 years now.
Dang.
So that's why you always look so dapper on the show.
At the first couple seasons, and after that, we reverted back to your typical paranormal gear.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes it. What do you got behind you? Is that like a? Is that like a Merce? What am I looking at?
Actually, my wife, she did some work for breast cancer awareness, so she was awarded a bedazzled bust for.
So it looks pretty dope.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
I'll take 2, please.
Hey, man, listen.
Yeah. So what have you been up to lately? Like, still filming anything or?
Yeah, man. We're currently on a television show, Paranormal Caught on Camera, that airs on Travel Channel. And I've just been pushing my own solo journey on YouTube. And I have a community called The Graveyard Shift, where, we literally go to resting communities, which is a term that I coined for cemeteries all over the world. And we explore and we try to speak to those that are resting who may not have been spoken to in a long time. We've taken on a journalistic approach. So we go find cases throughout history and we try to speak to the victims and the perpetrators and just try to get their stories from the afterlife.
That's pretty awesome. We have a question for you.
For sure.
Ricky asks, what has been your most memorable experience while investigating the paranormal?
If you would have asked me that a year and a half ago, it probably would have been something from one of these asylums or prisons or plantations that I've been in. But more so, I think it's the work that I'm doing now, going to the cemeteries. For me, there was an instance where I was at a resting community here and I pulled out my spirit box at some random grave and I started speaking to the spirit there. And he started telling me all this information.
That's cool.
To find out his family member ends up getting this video randomly just through the power of social media. Someone ends up sending this video to this person's mother, their child's mother, and their father. And come to find out, he was killed in prison a year and a half ago. And the stuff that he was saying through the box was everything that they believed to have happened to him. So it was just confirmation on their end.
That's awesome.
Going on. So it's just, yeah. I'm just trying to dive deeper into the paranormal now, man. I'm beyond the are ghosts real and all of that. And it's more so, what is it that you're trying to tell us that I'm interested in?
Have you ever been in a haunted location and had to use their restroom?
Yeah, I think everyone who's a paranormal investigator has had that happen to them before, man.
I just don't think it's filmed enough. People have to understand ghosts go potty too.
Yeah, I mean, hey, that I don't know. I've never asked that question in the resting community, but I do know
there you go.
Countless locations and have had to use the restroom. And yeah, that's probably the worst. That's the worst because no one wants to go to the restroom in a haunted location at all.
Unless they have like a really good, like some of them do have like potpourri, or Glade plugins.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that.
The least of your worries in a haunted location.
I suppose so. So we always do this part of the show where we call it Spirits for the Spirits, where we take a little shot of something. If you don't have anything, that's okay, Dalen. So I unfortunately am a Green Bay Packers fan, and they did not win today, but that's okay.
And I have water today.
Okay, well then, Spirits for the Spirits.
Sure.
And this was a Tullamore Dew honey.
Okay. All right, man. Are you
Very
ordering,
nice.
sir?
Very good. Delicious. Okay, we got some more. Ricky says Mike goes potty in his pants. Sometimes I do. Have you ever had an experience investigating that actually scared you and made you reconsider ever investigating again?
Yeah, man. All the time, especially when we first started, like going into all these crazy locations, like you have no business being in an insane asylum past midnight with no light. Like you have no business being there, or being in an old abandoned hospital that was once a elderly home, that was once a psychiatric ward. Like you have no business being in these places. So you have no choice but to be afraid. And it's like you start thinking of every horror movie you've ever seen in life starts replaying in your mind and walking through the place. I think a lot of the times we scare ourselves more than probably the spirit.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Because I think it's because the human mind is so powerful. There's so much imaginative processing ability there that the second you allow it to kind of open its floodgates as to what possibilities could be down that dark hallway, I think it can be overwhelming to like the human psyche. So a ghost really, sometimes I feel like it probably doesn't even have to do enough. It could be, hey, I'm Frank, the cool, chill ghost, but because you went in with a certain vibe, you kind of scare yourself, you work yourself into a frenzy. Frank, the cool ghost, never gets a chance to be the cool ghost to you. He becomes Frank, the scary demon, right? And that kind of starts a whole new level of, because that guy goes off, he goes, oh man, you'll never believe this experience I had at this house with Frank, and that kind of, so then they start kind of like leading into that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I just think everybody has their different experiences based on the approach that they bring to an investigation. We always like I said, we like to treat spirits as if they were people too. So you will never see us coming into a location, slamming doors, yelling, screaming, demanding that people or the spirit interacts with us. Because that's just like somebody coming to your house doing the same thing. Like,
right.
I mean, it's the Bible, but treat others as you want others to treat you. So it's just like we keep that mantra when doing these investigations, and we find out that it genuinely works for us. We go in with humor and laughter because we're three best friends. So in real life, like everything is funny in real life. We're not some manufactured cast of a show that they just found three black guys and said we want to create a ghost hunting show.
Right.
They found three best friends from 25 years of relationship and put us in this fish out of water experience and just cut the cameras on. So that's when you watch the first couple seasons of our show, we're running, we're yelling, we're screaming because we've never interacted with anything like that. And you're watching in real time our very first experiences. And so, but we've always, even in our early days, tried to treat everyone and everything with respect. And it's just like you get the energy you give out.
Yes. And that's
they call it positive energy for a reason, right?
Yep. So you do have to have the respect. And that's where I love watching this show, because just the interaction with you guys is, you can see it's natural.
Yeah.
Love that. And so Mike is also a comedian.
Okay.
So, yeah. So we actually have a show that's just released on a new streaming TV, Pair with the Normal, and it has a comedic twist to it as well.
Okay, solid.
Yeah. The show is based around a professional psychic / paranormal investigator and an idiot. And I'm the idiot. She's obviously the pro.
Good in the pool. Here.
But it really is. I mean, it comes down to the question that everybody asks: is there life after death? What comes after this? And I kind of made it a mission to say, do you really need to be a professional to investigate? Do you need to be a professional to go into some of these haunted houses? Can you go in with your friends? Can you still have an experience? Can you have a good time? Is everything scary? Is everything demons? And that was kind of what I wanted to take away, was to show the everyday person who maybe doesn't want to be scared all the time, that they can still go, they can investigate, they can learn, right? And they can still have this joyous experience, and hopefully maybe bring them some type of closure in the long run.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the professional, what makes you professional. I mean, we were thrust into the world of television, so people looked at us as professionals. But if you watch season 1, episode 1 of Ghost Brothers, that would probably be the second time in life we had ever investigated. So it was just
funny.
You got to just go out there and just find answers on your own. Nothing makes you a professional. Just everybody seeking answers, and no one knows who's right. So, just do you.
I think that's the best part, right? We don't really want it. I don't think you really want the truth, right? It's almost, the journey is better than the destination, I think, at that point.
I don't know where you're going. If you're going to hell, yes. If you're going to heaven,
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Might be. Yeah.
Mike, John, Angus. I don't know if you've met Southern Heat Paranormal. You might have. Mike Angus.
Okay.
He says you need to come to the old Blecky County Jail. He's already trying to throw the black man in jail. Can you believe this?
Always.
Come on, man.
Always do.
Dang.
Yeah, for sure. I'll definitely add it to the list, man. We have a running list of locations that we want to. That's what's cool about the paranormal, man. Every building, every house, every home, every hallway eventually will have some story attached to it. Yep. So you'll never run out.
And you're in Georgia, right?
Yeah.
He's in Georgia, the Blecky County Jail. I think it's near Macon.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
love to go.
Pam Roberts is asking, will you guys ever do an investigation together? And if so, can I go with you? So I guess she's asking if the three of us are going to go investigate.
Bro, you never know.
You never know.
People, I love it.
Yep.
You got to meet Thomas Demko. He's with the Gettysburg Ghostly Images of Gettysburg tour.
Okay.
I don't know if you met them. Most recently, he was at the WarnCon. I don't know if you were just recently at that, or if you just. I know you've met them. You've taken some photos with them. Doesn't mean you know them, but
okay.
I call him my son. Okay. He lives in the orphanage. He lives in the haunted orphanage in Gettysburg.
Oh wow!
So when I first met him, I was at a Paracon, and the whole tour group rolls up, and they're like, "Hey, we're Ghostly Images tour, and Tom here, he lives in the orphanage." I was like, "You'll get adopted one day, buddy. Just hang in there, I didn't know it was a haunted tour. And then he's like, oh yeah, he says you guys met this weekend. Boom, there it is.
Okay, got back. Yeah, I lived 10 minutes ago.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. I'm glad you got to meet them. They're great folk. We really want to go back to. Have you done any investigating in Gettysburg?
Like 5 years. Someone brought us out there for a private event, but I don't even remember too much of where we were or what we like. It was genuinely like a house in this field, and we didn't get to see much of the city. We didn't see anything anything. So I saw more of Gettysburg this weekend just driving through than I did 5 years ago when I came in for that event. So I need to come back with free time.
Yeah,
definitely. Michael Cook says, "Where's the other brothers?"
Literally, when I tell you 30 minutes ago, we were all sitting on an airplane together. Like everybody's just now getting home and settled and dealing with trying to figure out what this storm did to their property while we were away. But yeah.
So have you been to all the states at this point?
Majority. I haven't been to Alaska. I've never been to Alaska.
Same
here. Yep.
Michael Cook, the guy who we just put that up, he's actually the co-owner of Beacon TV. He lives in Alaska.
I saw Beacon. What is Beacon? I the
It's a new streaming service.
yeah, what is it?
A new streaming service. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, so it's an app that you could download on your phone. You could get it on your TV now. You could go on the computer to streambeacontv.com. Basically, like Discovery, HBO, a lot of these companies, Netflix, they've just found a way to not renew a lot of this incredible show that people love.
Yeah.
So they sought out to say, okay, well, let's make our own streaming network. Let's make a place where the people who create the content can still be the owners of their content.
Yeah.
They can get on, and it can be a premium service. So you're not getting just a bunch of random stuff on there. It's stuff that you want to watch. You want to watch. That's produced, has great quality, and that people want to connect with. So that's what it is. When this is all said and done, I'll shoot you a little message, a little bit more. Maybe I'll try to hook you up with Mike Cook and have a conversation about getting some of your stuff on there.
Cool.
Yeah. And then obviously you could check out our show, Pair with the Normal. I'm incredibly handsome on it. So that's like the main takeaway. Okay. But I mean, it's just, so when she says like I started this year, this year, Deadwood was my very first paranormal convention I've ever went to. And I was in the brothel in Deadwood. My zipper ripped off my pants, and I was sold. Okay.
So, Dalen, you're actually going to be doing some events coming up. You're doing one in New Orleans.
Yes. So October the 11th and 12th, I'm taking my YouTube community. Only a handful of us. We got about 30 or 40 people. We want to keep it very small to come out to New Orleans and literally just hang out for a weekend of paranormal fun. We're linking up with the infamous Bloody Mary, Voodoo Queen Bloody Mary, and we're doing a couple experiences with her. So we have a VIP tour where she's coming to pick us up in this haunted van and take us around the city and take us to Marie Laveau's house that she currently owns and lives in. Takes us to her haunted museum, which has the apartment. I don't know if people remember the story years ago about a young man. He ended up killing his girlfriend and boiling her body in this pot and stove.
God damn.
Yeah, Miss Mary owns that apartment, and she still has the pot, the stove, the refrigerator that the body was in. This apartment is haunted as hell.
Right.
She does tours out of it and investigations. We have a New Orleans inspired luncheon with a medium who's doing gallery readings.
Nice.
Haunted pub crawl. We have cemetery tours. I'm teaching graveyard spirit box sessions. There's a lot going on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you're going to be with Jennifer Talley as well. She's she reached out and kind of hooked us up to get you on the show. But what are you doing with her?
So we have 2 nights of public investigation. So our group, we're doing 2 nights. We're investigating locations, and she's helped us facilitate the luncheon and the gallery reading. So yeah, between her, Jennifer, and Bloody Mary, we have the whole weekend filled. It's October 11th and 12th in New Orleans, Louisiana, and it's called Graveyard Fest 2024. You can check out tickets, right? We'll have a good time.
Wow, I wish I could go.
Yeah, but it's going to be every year. This is our inaugural year.
Okay.
And, it's just going to get Graveyard Fest Graveyard Fest is just going to get bigger and bigger every year.
Yep.
That's awesome, man. So you do a lot of stuff with graveyards and cemeteries. So what's your opinion on it? Because it's difficult. It's because obviously I'm new, so I don't really know anything. But when I think of a cemetery, to me it seems like it would be like a peaceful place, right? Because that's where you're laid to rest. And when you hear about people haunting, they usually haunt places that like where the murder happened or the location they died. But I mean, would you want to hang around a cemetery too? Like if you were dead, I mean, would you haunt your own body, I guess?
I think the word it's a negative connotation to it when people think about it. So I like to say spirit. And I think that's what we're trying to figure out. I don't necessarily think that these souls are hanging around their resting communities necessarily, because we've been able to contact seemingly contact spirits just in random locations. So we've tested out everywhere. I was in Dallas, and I had a friend who passed away in California, and I was seeing if I could maybe communicate with him with a spirit box. And seemingly, the response came out would make me think that I was communicating with him. But I always preface everything that I do with, we never know who we're communicating with. You would like to think that you are, but at the end of the day, you don't know who, what, when, why, or where you're doing communicating with. But so I like to think that you can connect with someone anywhere. So to answer your question, I don't necessarily think that the spirit is just hanging around their gravesite, but I do feel like it shows a level of respect that I come to the gravesite, and it just maybe makes you more prone or apt to speak back.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. Yep. String Beast is digitally summoned.
Right.
Let's see here what we got going on here. Boom. Let's see here. Yeah. So, that's are you a football fan?
Cowboys, man. I watch the Cowboys. Born in Dallas. That's the only team I know or recognize. So that's the only thing I keep up with.
Just the Cowboys.
In Dallas. I live right outside of Fort Worth.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm in Vegas, baby. We got the stupid Raiders now.
Hey, bro, you gotta love your city. You gotta support your city, man.
Man, and now I guess we're getting the A's too.
Okay.
Yep.
Solid.
Yeah. So that should be pretty cool. Okay, so we only got a few minutes left, so let's go over a little bit about this event. So you're gonna have obviously a lot of really cool stops, and it's over what, 2 days?
Yeah, we do it per day. Yep.
Okay, so let's say somebody's like, oh man, I'm just now finding out about this. Do you still have availability?
We do. We have availability for a lot of the deal. VIP sold out, like us and Bloody Mary doing her VIP car tour. But the majority of our other events, we definitely have space for a few more people to join in. So if anybody wants to come in, please come in and kick it with us. We're keeping it. We're not doing anything too large because this is our inaugural event. Just a safe place, like-minded people to come and hang out for a weekend. But next year, it's gonna get funky. So you might want to get on board now, so you can say this is like saying it was at the first Woodstock.
Yeah.
Oh, Jimmy playing in front of the crowd, man. Like, this is what this is. So definitely come out and hang out with us.
So where can they get the tickets?
So you can go to, I don't have the link put up here for you guys, but you can head over to Event and just type in Graveyard Fest 2024, and the event will definitely come up. So all of our tickets are on, on Eventbrite. So Graveyard Fest 2024.
Nice.
See you at the New Jersey Expo. You're right. We are headed to New Jersey. What is that? I think that's the first weekend in November. We will be at the New Jersey Para-Unity Expo.
Nice. Let's see what Kelly says. Do they have space to be part of more events in 2025?
2025. Yeah. We
Never
do.
know.
You're definitely.
So
are you doing the battleship?
The battleship soiree?
I don't know. No.
With Haunted Magazine? Ghosted Magazine.
2025?
Yes.
I know it's coming up this October in New Jersey.
Oh, no. Our whole October's done.
Well, you're dead to me then, okay? But that's awesome. Dalen, it was awesome to talk to you. We don't want to keep you for too long. I know you probably got family members and things that are in chaos right now.
I'm surprised y'all don't have a 3-year-old up there screaming right now. She's up there going at it.
Wow. Well, get back to her. Thank you so much for coming on the show. We greatly appreciated you. And we look forward to hopefully we'll get to run into you at some of these Paracons soon enough.
Oh, man. I would love to meet y'all in person.
Absolutely. And
Oh, I know you would. Come on.
Right?
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you,
I'm going to
man.
play out the outro. Thank
Go
you,
ahead.
Dalen.
All right.